Imagine you are in a court and the judge knocks and then sentence you to death. The question is this punishment truly fair or is it contrary to human rights?
Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're gonna discuss about the very interesting and controversial topic, Islam, democracy, and future of the death penalty.
I'm Stephen, and here are also Jihan, Manda, and Salwa. We will discuss from various perspectives, so make sure you watch until the end.
But before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss educational video like Let's Get Time. Hi everyone! So today we're going to dive into two really fascinating topics. It's democracy around the world and the capital punishment, especially in the context of the Islamic tradition. Stick with me, it's gonna be eye-opening. Okay, so first let's see how is the concept of the death penalty in Islam. In Islamic law or Sharia, the death penalty does exist and usually imposed for various crimes such like murders, zina, and apostasy in some interpretations. But what is often misunderstood is Islam does not actually just hand down the death penalty. There are strict conditions and even the concept of the forgiveness by the victim family in cases. Democracy is now a global aspiration, with over 95% countries claiming democratic constitution. However, its application varies due to historical, cultural, and religious habits. For example, the US, India, and Indonesia all interpret democracy differently. For Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim majority country has successfully adopted democracy despite its relative newness. Capital punishment remains a contentious issue in democracies, with many countries moving toward abolition as a part advancing the human rights. Indonesian criminal code allowing the death penalty originates from Dutch colonial law rather than Islamic tradition. However, Islamic texts like Quran and Hadith that justify capital punishment in certain cases. This creates tension in debates about abolition, as Islamic jurisprudence or fiqh categorize crimes into two groups. Its hudud wa ta'zir crimes or punishment are seen as fixed or discretionary to protect public interest, and the second is qisas wa diyat crimes focus on retaliation or compensation to respect victims' families. Now we look at the future of the death penalty. Global trends show that more and more countries are abolishing this punishment. Some Islamic countries are also considering reforming this law. For example, Saudi Arabia is increasing limiting execution to non-murder cases. This includes several offenses like adultery, zina, and apostasy leader. Historical. This which first bids for such crimes, but Islamic law often employs repentance and alternative punishments. For example, adultery might result in non-lethal penalty if others repent. Apostasy was historical treated as treason, but is now seen as a matter of personal choice under modern human rights frameworks. This deal with murder and bodily harm, qisas allow for retaliation, while diyat promise compensation to the victim family in case of execution. Islamic law encourages forgiveness and reconciliation whenever possible. Will the death penalty ever be completely abolished, or will it continue to be maintained in some countries? That it is still a big but. Now I will express about two topics. First is the death penalty in Indonesia, and two is the sensitive aspects of the death penalty. But before that, what is the death penalty of the context, democracy and human rights? So the death So democracy countries tend to reject the death penalty because it's considered a violation of the right to life, which is the most fundamental human right. Organizations such as Amnesty International also oppose the death penalty. But there's also democratic countries like United States, it's still in favor of the death penalty. So it's not just about democracy versus Islam, it's more complex than that. Indonesia defends capital punishment for serious crimes like drug trafficking and terrorism. Despite international criticism, public opinion largely supports its use due to present deterrent effects. However, debates continue over its alignment with human rights only. The death penalty raises ethical concerns about the fairness, judicial error, and human rights violations. In Indonesia, religious influence complicate this issue further, as some view abolitions efforts as un-Islamic despite the colonial origins of the current laws.
Okay, let's go into the pro and contra death penalty debate. The pros argue the death penalty can provide a deterrent effect and justice for the victim. Just imagine if there was a serial killer who remained alive. How would the victim family feel? The opinions say the legal system is not perfect. There are many cases of wrongful execution that have resulted in innocent people being sentenced to death. Also, do humans have the right to take another person's life? Indonesian legal framework on capital punishment is rooted in colonial past, but has been influenced by Islamic and international human rights norms. Recent reforms aim to balance this influence while addressing public safety. Some legal statements derive from legal regulation in Indonesia, which include: first, in 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia, Article 28, Paragraph 1, each person has the right to live and the right to defend his life and existence. In Article 28I until Article 28G, in Paragraph 1, the rights to live, to remain free from torture, to freedom of thought and consequence. Each person has the obligation to respect the fundamental human rights of others while partaking in the life, the community, the nation, and the state.
Well, that was our discussion about Islam, democracy, and the future of the death penalty. So what do you think? Is the death penalty still relevant to use in the future and the modern world? Write your opinion in the column comment. We want to know your perspective.
So if you interested this video, don't forget to like and share so more that people can be enlightened by discussion like this.
See you in the next video. Bye!
Bye!